Some songs stick with you no matter how many years go by. This is the last part of my Music of My Life series, and I saved the ones that hit the hardest for last.
The story of my life.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Felix. You know, music has a way of sneaking into our lives and staying there. These songs aren't just my favorites. They're actually a piece of my story. And like always, I'd love to hear yours too. What songs have stayed with you through the years? Drop a comment below and let's see if any of our memories overlap. The first song came out in 1986, and it was for the soundtrack to a movie called Highlander. Highlander, I'm not going to say it was an Academy Award-winning film. It has gotten quite a cult following, ended up with a TV series, but the main story of Highlander was that these immortals were playing this game, and each one of them had to eliminate the others by chopping off their heads. And the story takes place in, at the time, modern New York. And there are only two left. Now, the big tagline of this movie was, "There can be only one."
There can be only one.
And supposedly that meant that when one was left, that one would receive the prize. That has absolutely nothing to do with the song that I'm about to tell you about. The song was written in part for the subplot. Conor McGregor, the protagonist in the movie, the lead, could never find love because his true love had died, aged and died before his eyes, while he never changed. He stayed young. Some of you may have already guessed that the song I'm talking about, the song that I'm going to have played when I pass away at my celebration of life, is "Who Wants to Live Forever" by Queen. I just feel like it encapsulates my feelings about death, my feelings of what immortality would actually mean. I don't want to get too deep and philosophical here, but it's just so perfect. And I have given specific instructions that when I die, this song is to be played at the opening of my celebration of life. And from there on, everybody is to partay. Now, if you had asked me in 98, 99, any of the mid-90s or late 90s, what kind of music I was into, I had a specific answer that I gave everyone. Everything except rap and opera. Well, in 2000, I took rap off the list of music that I didn't like, and it was all because of one song. Now, I've said in past videos that I'm a big fan of storytelling music. The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald comes to mind. I've spoken about San Angelo by Marty Robbins. It's always been a part of me. And this song told a story like none of the others. It's about a guy who is a stalker of a big celebrity, to the point of he wants to do everything exactly the way this celebrity does it. He wants to be with this celebrity. The first time I heard it, it almost took my breath away. The song I'm talking about is "Stan" by Eminem. It not only made me want to listen to it constantly, just to hear any little innuendos or subtle remarks within the story, but because I enjoyed it. And it made me want to listen now to other rap music and see if I could find anything that was comparable. You know, some people will talk about a song that instantly sends them back, puts them into flashback mode. And this next song is one of those for me. This song came off the very first album that I ever owned on my own. Up until this point, I was listening to my parents' music. I was listening to my sister's music. I was not listening to anything that I could call my own. But I had a record player, and immediately, when I had the money to do so, I went out and bought the Eagles' Hotel California. That was in 1976. I was only 15 years old, but I managed to put together the few dollars that it would take to purchase this album, and I did, and I put it on repeat. I played this thing until the grooves were worn out. If I could have played it while I was sleeping, I would have done so. And one specific song, the title track, Hotel California, and I don't know if I was so attracted to it because of the guitar solo at the end or because of the story that it told. I was well aware of Janis Joplin. As I've mentioned earlier, my mom was a big Janis Joplin fan, and I felt like there was a lot of her story connected to this song. It was also my discovery of the Eagle, and I never looked back. I've been in Arizona now for quite a while, and I have yet to get to Winslow and stand on the corner. I will. Now the next song is, I may have to actually bleep out the title. This song was a bonding moment for myself and my daughter, and she and I used to sit in the car. I would play it on my radio. I had a CD player, and I would blast this song, and she and I would sing along. And it was me singing to her because no matter what, in my eyes, she was always fucking perfect. And that's the name of the song, by Pink. Now, this song was put out by Pink as a tribute in a way to her fans and the people in her life, and talking to herself. For me, this was me talking directly to my daughter. Now the final song, and probably the most emotional song for me. Before I talk about this song, I have to throw in kind of an honorable mention here. When my father passed away in 1999, I was at work and I received the phone call. And I got in the car and started driving. And again, this is an honorable mention because the first song that came on my radio was One Sweet Day by Mariah Carey and Boyz II Men. I started crying again, and I pretty much stayed crying all the way home. But a little later on, I heard a song for the first time, despite the fact that this song had come out almost 11 years earlier. I had never heard it. And I couldn't think of a song that more accurately portrayed the relationship that I had with my father. I was devastated when my father passed away. And this song, I don't know where it came out of the radio or was played for me. I'm not sure how I discovered it and why I hadn't discovered it before. But in 1988, a band called Mike and the Mechanics had come out with a song called In the Living Years. And although the entire song really pretty accurately portrays the relationship I had with my father, the final verse just nails it. And I will always think of my father whenever I hear this song. It's funny how songs can sometimes make you think of who you were and occasionally make you understand who you've become. These might be the last songs in my series, but the music plays on in the background of our lives forever. Thanks for listening and for sharing a little of your story with mine. I'm Felix, and this has been the music of my life.